On behalf of the Fire Chief, Javier Espino, the men and women of the Long Beach Fire Department, I would like to welcome you all here today, and what an amazing turnout this is to honor Captain David Rosa. So that's the function and that's the purpose of here. I'd like to welcome you as we get this opportunity to welcome and honor David and the rest of the community. A year ago, the city, our community, and our profession were devastated by Dave's death. Today, we have the opportunity to celebrate his life and the sacrifice that Captain David Rosa made, and we're going to do that by renaming the Long Beach Fire Department Regional Training Center in his honor. So let's start with an applause on that real quick. Thank you. I have the privilege to honor today's speakers for the ceremony, and I'd first like to, I have the privilege and the honor to start with the mayor, Dr. Robert Garcia.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's certainly a very special day for us here in Long Beach, most importantly for our fire department and the amazing men and women that make up the best firefighting force anywhere in the country. We know, absolutely. It was also, of course, about a year ago or so that we were all gathered together to honor the life of an amazing human being and someone that we all miss very much within this community. One of the things that we made a decision about very early on in those tragic moments that happened right after is that we would ensure that Captain Rosa's memory would live on in a variety of ways, both in the way we remember him at events, the way that he's remembered within the department, but also in very permanent ways. And I think this naming today is one of the ways that we're going to honor his memory and his family's amazing contributions to our community in a way that's permanent and in a way that will live with us forever. It's always important to note that losing a firefighter, someone that's part of our public safety family, is about the most tragic and devastating thing that can happen to a city and to a community. There just isn't anything that can happen that's worse than that. And as I look around, I see so many friends. I see so many firefighters. I see folks that support our firefighting community and, of course, a lot of our leadership. And I wanted to just personally thank every single one of you for being so supportive of Captain Rosa's family, but also of our firefighters. And I know that they're here, and I want to give them a round of applause for their amazing work and to Lindley and their kids, as well as the remainder of the family, and who are part of our Long Beach family as well. Thank you for everything. Let me also just finally say that days like this, I think, serve as an important reminder that we have a community that will always support our firefighters. We will always support you guys, 100%. And it's important for cities to always recognize and uplift the amazing work that you do running into danger and being there on the other end of the call when people in our community need your support. And so to David's parents, to his family, to, of course, Lindley and their kids and the boys, and to all of our firefighting partners and family members, we thank you, we honor you, but most importantly, we honor Captain Rosa's memory today, and it's an honor to be here. So thank you, and go Long Beach.
Okay, our second speaker today is Fire Chief Javier Espino.
Good morning. Welcome to the newly named Long Beach Fire Department Captain David Rosa Regional Training Center. I'd also like to offer a warm welcome and recognition to David's parents that are here, Paul and Jean, and his sister Julia, and also his in-laws, Judy and Andy. Captain David Rosa was a 17-year veteran of the Long Beach Fire Department and a captain for the past 6 years. Dave spent the majority of his career at Fire Station 11 and Fire Station 10, but served 3 years preceding his death as a member of the Fire Academy's training cadre. He was selected to serve as a member of the Training Academy staff because of his demeanor and his willingness to assist the next generation of firefighters in their preparation for the challenges that lay ahead. It was here, while working at the Fire Department's Regional Training Center, that Captain Rosa left his most impactful mark on the Long Beach Fire Department as he helped train and develop hundreds of new firefighters for our city. To memorialize Captain Rosa's legacy and sacrifice, the Long Beach Fire Department requested that its training center be named in his honor. As you're all aware, we lost Captain Rosa to a senseless act of violence on June 25th, 2018, 1 year ago to the day. And though I and all of you miss him dearly, we come here today not to mourn the loss of him, but instead to celebrate the gift of him. Because David Rosa was, and he is, a gift from God who made us all better people just by being in his presence. Dave's presence. One definition of presence is the immediate personal vicinity of a great personage giving audience or reception. They may as well have posted a photo of Dave on that page, because when he walked into a room, when he sat down at the kitchen table, when he strode out onto that drill yard, there was no doubt. You were the audience, and he was bringing the show. The amazing thing about Dave was that he could tell you a story that you'd heard on 5 prior occasions, and still have you crying halfway through because he couldn't hold it together while he was trying to get the story out. David's presence. To those of you who had the privilege of knowing Dave, you're blessed. To those who only knew of him, you're blessed as well, and that his presence and his ultimate sacrifice would bring together the city of Long Beach, our nation, and our global family in a blanket of support that comforted us in our darkest hours. In a few minutes, we'll unveil the signage that will welcome all who visit here with a servant's heart and the selflessness to serve our community without anticipation of reward. I take comfort in knowing that from this day forward, no one will pass this entry without seeing the name of Fire Captain David Rosa and remembering the life he lived. In closing, I leave you with a message delivered at the 2018 California Firefighters Memorial by our Director of Training, Battalion Chief Jeff Harden. There's a saying that time heals all wounds, and while that may be true, time also allows you to forget a lot. The heroes we're honoring today and the ones who came before them are memorialized on this wall. They each have a unique story. Don't ever stop telling that story. Their personal characteristics and attributes live on by telling stories about them. They remind people of who they are. As I conclude here today, I ask that you all pledge to continue telling the story of Fire Captain David Rosa. Tell the story of Dave. Thank you.
Okay, and our final speaker is Dave's wife. I'd like to call up Lindley Rosa.
I'm new school. Baby, this is my letter to you at 1 year. June 25th, 4:08 a.m. What an impact that day, that minute, that last call you answered has had on all of us. Your last act of leadership, your last greeting to a citizen in need, your last offer of help. When I look back at these decisions and their impact, the way that they have altered everything for us, I must also reflect on all the ones that came before. Your personal life decisions and their impact. I remember one of our first dinners together. I watched how you greeted everyone we came into contact with that night. I took notice as you treated everyone from shop worker to wait staff and even the guy sweeping the sidewalk with respect and kindness. I quickly realized that this was who you were. It was so genuine, your love. You gave your best in everything you did, in the big and the small things, putting your family and those around you before yourself, always making each of us feel well loved. You would come home from a long set, exhausted, yet offering to help in any way that I needed. You would check on your sister, plan family outings, go help your mom and dad with projects, or just go over to say hello and share breakfast with them. I remember looking on in admiration as you would practice your drills and lectures out loud in the backyard. Practicing, even after so many years on the job. But it's no surprise. Excellence and humble leadership were so important to you. And at the very core of it all was your faith in Christ, the very faith that shaped who you were. These past few years have brought a priceless gift to your life and to our love. You began digging deeper into your personal faith by reading the Bible and sharing your life with a small group of men from our church. This had a profound impact, and I'm so thankful. You had the heart of a servant, a tenderness born of love for those around you. This came out at times when you'd speak in front of others. You would always get so embarrassed and upset with yourself for getting choked up when you had to speak about our boys' milestones, or even at the end of a Little League season's team party. I would encourage you to continue to be authentic, not to worry about showing emotion, since it conveyed the value of those relationships. Still, you worried that it made you look weak. It was one of the many things I loved about you. So much strength wrapped in humility. Of course, this bled into your work as well. You loved your brothers and sisters, these whom you shared so much of your life with, and you wanted your faith to have a lasting impact on them as well. You wanted your life to speak louder than your words. You spoke about fellow believers here who had influenced you over the years with a special admiration. You knew firsthand the impact and the toll of this job. You knew how crucial a relationship with Christ was to do all the things that it required and still come home afterwards to love us. You went beyond that, though, baby. You served so many people. I suppose that's part of the reason they have wanted to remember and dedicate this place to you now. I know you wouldn't be comfortable with all the accolades because you were just living. All of this is just who you are. That call on June 25th had a permanent impact. But even more than that, honey, you have. In all your decisions, all of your leadership. All of your service, all of your love to the boys and I, especially your love. We've been changed. You're more than a death in the line of duty, more than another tragedy, more than a fire captain or a husband, father, son, brother, and friend. You're a man whose daily decisions have had a lasting impact on us all. We love you forever.
As we are closing the ceremony today, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank everyone who has dedicated themselves to making today a huge success. Thank you to city leadership sitting here in the front row, those who could make it and those were unable to make it today. This doesn't happen without your love, support, and for one, on behalf of the fire department and as a lifelong resident of Long Beach, I want to applaud and thank you.